Hello again. The number of people claiming asylum in this country is much higher than one would guess from just reading newspapers or watching the television news. We are told that last year 37,000 asylum seekers crossed the English Channel in small boats, and many of us somehow take that to mean that that's how many asylum seekers entered the country last year, 37,000. In fact, the actual number is almost three times as great. Last year, no fewer than 108,138 people applied for asylum in Britain. No matter what the decision made in each of those cases, those people will never leave Britain. Those whose applications are refused will simply vanish and go underground. There's so many national insurance numbers floating about now. If any illegal immigrant can manage to get hold of one and stay here for the rest of their lives if they're so minded. Most of us would say that it would be a good and desirable thing if we were able to reduce this flow of people into our country. And yet, successive governments, both Conservative and Labour, claim that this is too difficult to achieve. One country which has managed to reduce applications for asylum to no more than 30 or 40 a year is Hungary, and the methods which they have used could easily be adopted in Britain. Nobody can apply for asylum in Hungary while they are actually in the country. This is because to get into Hungary, people almost always have to travel via another country, say Romania, Austria, the Czech Republic, and so on. Since these countries are themselves safe, the question arises, why didn't the person claim asylum there? Why wait until they get to Hungary? For this reason, any request for asylum in Hungary must be made to a Hungarian embassy abroad and will then be processed outside the country. This is one strand of the policy. It is backed up by a very secure border, which is impossible to cross illegally. I visited the Hungarian border a couple of years ago, and very impressive it is too. If we wanted to, in Britain, we could, of course, adopt precisely similar policies to reduce applications for asylum to a few dozen a year rather than 108,000. We are an island, which means that we can stop people entering our territorial waters if we wish. We can also start processing applications abroad and make it clear that anybody applying for asylum after their visa expires or they've finished university here, which happens each year with tens of thousands of foreigners, those applications simply will not be considered. It would take only those two measures to end the asylum crisis, just as Hungary has managed to do.